Yo, I'm Axolotl, and this week was really interesting because we saw frogs were added to Minecraft via the Minecraft Bedrock beta. Alongside frogs, there are of course the frog eggs and the tadpoles, and this question from Aidan Bradley is, will axolotls kill the frogs? And here's an interesting answer: the axolotls will not kill the frogs, but they will kill the frog babies, the tadpoles, which is horrific because each frog egg puts out so many tadpoles, and all of them will be murdered slowly, one by one, by the axolotls. And you know what? Did you need to see this? No, you didn't, but you better believe I'm showing it to you anyway. Second question comes in from Puglord18. Oh my god, if frogs grow up in a different biome, does it make them a different color? And so the answer to this question is yes, there are 3 colors of frog, which coincidentally correspond with the 3 colors in the Irish flag, as you can see, green, white, and orange, and those correspond to snowy biomes, deserts, and then the rest of the biomes. However, if you give birth to a frog in the Nether, it counts as a desert biome, and so you get a hot frog, and if you give birth to a frog in the end, then you get a cold one, which I think is just a fun little detail. I don't know why they went through this, but it's just one of those small things that you might not have appreciated, that there is such thing as a Nether frog. It just looks exactly like a desert frog. Speaking of desert frogs, welcome to Q&A Saturday. This is the weekly series where I answer your questions about Minecraft updates and everything else in life, the universe, and beyond. And Mr. Dunsparce's question is about the first of those things, because what do you think we'll use to breed frogs, and do you have any theories on how that'll work? So here's the thing: if you look at the Minecraft 1.19 beta changelog, you can see how frogs can be tempted and bred using seagrass, but this is just a placeholder food for now. So yeah, you can use seagrass now, but it's clearly just a placeholder, and there's 2 ways to interpret the word placeholder there. One is that they just put it there because they hadn't worked out what they should be bred with, and so seagrass was just something that was nearby the frogs. However, the way I interpret this is that the thing that you're going to use to breed frogs hasn't been added to Minecraft yet. They have to use this placeholder because the item they want to breed frogs with hasn't been added and can't be used. And so what will that item be? An easy guess is fireflies. We saw these in the 1.19 trailer, and frogs do eat them. However, because frogs eat them so casually, I think, and because they only spawn in the swamp biome, I think that it's not the greatest of options unless they want to make swamp frogs the most common type by far. And so I imagine there's another type of bug they want to add to Minecraft which will allow frogs to breed. Or maybe they'll just ignore the fact that frogs eat these things naturally, and they'll say, yeah, when you bottle up a firefly, it's a different thing, and that's what you have to feed to frogs. So yeah, that's what I believe is going to be the case. There's going to be some brand new bug or something like that added to Minecraft. Seagrass is definitely a placeholder. It doesn't make any sense. We all agree, but again, that's what placeholders are. It's just so we can check out, bug test, and do all the other things you meant to do with betas for the breeding animations and whatnot. Anyway, the next interesting question here comes in from Kaylee Cabral. I thought that was Kaylee Central because I just saw the C and the AL at the end, and you know what? Now I'm learning for the first time. Anyway, Kaylee Cabral asks, what do you think of the recent Furnace XP bug fix in the most recent beta? Should these kind of bugs that are allowed to continue in Java be fixed in Bedrock? There is a very interesting argument to be made here that, like, some bugs are so widespread in Bedrock and they're pretty harmless because, for instance, this Furnace XP bug they fixed in the beta allows you to effectively get as much experience as you want, a near infinite amount, by just loading more and more things into a furnace, because if you use a hopper, the amount of XP the furnace is giving you is being stored and increased by a little bit every single time, and so you can use this to get absurd levels. Adorable Ho, one of the people who works with me on maps, said he's gonna try and get 10,000 levels before they fix it. So that's absurd, and obviously it's a bug, so why would they not fix it? The best arguments I've heard is that, well, if they don't fix all these bugs on Java, why would they fix something that only allows us to get experience if we want to on Bedrock? And my response is, I've got a really controversial take here. If it's a bug, of course they're going to fix it. There are lots of people who are no doubt unexpectedly affected by this, and obviously if you want to get experience from furnace smelting, you can still smelt a ton of stuff. I mean, it's not going to be as much as 10,000 levels, but I do think that maybe we need better experience methods, because most farms don't work very well on Bedrock, and in general we need better experience generation methods. But I think saying that a bug should be the best experience generation doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but that's just my take. Speaking of my take, Visit Winchester asks, do you have any travel plans for 2022? Are you confident they'll go ahead? This is the thing, right? I was so hyped 2022 was going to be the year. I knew we'd have a winter lockdown or whatever's going to happen, but like after that, everyone's going to see that, like, oh, actually, wow, we were vaccinated, so it's all fine. And you know what? As it turns out, now we're inventing new variants now. We're like, ooh, this one does something different. We don't know what, but trust us, guys. We've got to go back to the way things were before before, I mean, think about it. Isn't it always safest to never leave your house? And so, yeah, I had flights to Japan. I think they're in February of 2022. I was like 50-50 about whether they'd happen. Now I'm like 99-1 as to whether Japan will be open to British tourists by the time it happens. Super sad. I was so hyped for the flight. It was going to be flying ANA. I was going to go skiing in Japan for the first time. I had so much excitement for it, and it's all gone now. And thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Visit Winchester. Speaking of visiting Winchester, Ian Lewis asks, how does it feel being part of the 1 trillion views on Minecraft content? And yeah, this is a crazy thing. Minecraft this last week hit a million views on YouTube, or a trillion, you know, 1,000 billion is the better way to put that, but still a millions, which actually that's kind of unimpressive now that I say that out loud. But yeah, that is something that Minecraft on YouTube hit as of last week. I wonder how they probably define this, because when you look through the page, you can see that, like, they count 100 days as its own category. They count, like, Minecraft but as a category, speedruns and roleplay. It's very hard to categorize what is a Minecraft video and what's not. But anyway, how do I feel being a part of it? It's nutty to me when I went, because I looked at my channel and I was like, oh, I have 700 million views. So if we do the maths, 1 in every 1,400 of those trillion views was for my channel, which just, like, blew my mind. Like, that I've been even a fraction of this, like, incredible thing on the internet. Minecraft is the one video game we've seen in internet culture that just hasn't died or gone away. And, you know, the closest it gets, it just comes back stronger, which I think is just incredible. And you know what? How do I feel about being a part of the trillion views? It's kind of nutty, honestly. I felt sad I wasn't in the trailer. I heard there was some big salmon in there, though, so at least they've got some reference to it. But again, so with that said, we're going to move on to the next question. And notice, by the way, this one comes in from Papa Lantern, and it says, at IBX Toycat first, because these are questions I do via Twitter. I ask every single week if people have got questions for Q&A Saturday, and right now we've got 96,000 followers, and so if you're watching this video, you have a Twitter account, or you're considering making one to see the other half of YouTube, please consider following me at IBX Toycat, because I'd like 100,000 followers. I got the verified badge this year. Can we get 100,000 followers? You know, I don't like when people say, can we get it? No, those are my 100,000 followers. You can't have any of them. But with that said, this is how you convince people to follow you on Twitter, okay? With that said, Papa Lantern asks, what would a hostile mob that changes the natural environment look like to you? I mean, certainly it wouldn't look like this or this. Minecraft has this big philosophy of not having mobs that change the environment, but obviously the Creeper and the Enderman do exist, and obviously the Warden is going to be doing that to some extent in 1.19, and so, yeah, I feel like just admitting that, like, okay, we changed the environment, but in subtle ways the player can avoid is probably a fine change, or maybe just, like, adding them too late would be annoying. Kind of like how, if the Phantom had always existed in Minecraft, we would like it, we'd be scared of it, we'd have this myth of it, but because the Phantom is a relatively recent addition, everyone despises it, no one's like, yay, Phantoms are attacking, what a fun challenge. And that's the interesting thing about adding challenge to Minecraft, like, you have to do it in very fun ways, or it just feels like a pain. Speaking of pain, Jag30 asks, when was the last time you played on a server like CubeCraft? I remember you used to make a lot of videos on Skywars in 2018. Yeah, I really used to love Skywars. I made a ton of Bedrock Skywars videos. It was like background gameplay for the entirety of that year. You're totally right, so that's some good memory. But honestly, at some time in 2019, I just got sick of people either following me around or doing like the super crazy high effort stuff with the keyboard mouse that I couldn't follow while I was playing on a controller. So let's give it a try in 2021, shall we? Let's see what happens. So all these years later, it looks like the some of the same maps are still here, which is cool enough, I guess. Allows me to do what I need to do. And yeah, my chests are still made of whale for some reason. Love that that's been saved. Yeah, no, I really liked Skywars. There's something really fun about it as like a semi-competitive game mode, right? But one of the problems is that, like, maybe, you know, everyone else got better. Maybe it was always that way. Okay, they've gone out bow and arrow. I'm not going to waste my time fighting them. I'm just going to build a wall that stops them getting to me, so I can deal with other stuff instead. Yeah, it's one of those things where I just feel like you need to be very good to enjoy this to the full peak of it. Okay, there's a guy over there. Let's not cut him off. Okay, so they've already been knocked down. Now let's stop bow hitting this person. I don't think this is smart for me. I just want to do it to make sure they know what's wrong. And yeah, let's go fight someone now. We've got a diamond sword that I've not been correctly using. I've got a chest plate, I mean a helmet that's not on. I'm just going to grab some boots before we go any further. There we go, those boots will work. Now we run round, let's do this. Okay, so yeah, I remember this being lots of fun. Oh, we're actually both in a bow duel here, are we? Oh, okay, there's a guy over there too. Okay, so when in doubt, don't get in a fight with 2 people. Oh, the hunger bug makes this terrible, by the way. I've just realized, like, I just ate food, but then I had to eat already again, and that wasn't fun. Gotta say, it was very satisfying. Like, the performance on these chests is, like, super improved compared to how it used to feel, which is very fun. You know, the game needs to feel fast, right? That's an important part of it. And they have, in fact, nailed that. Okay, let's go. We're getting into a fight with some jump pads, it seems. Come on, let's do this. Let's go. Oh, yeah, you're getting murdered yourself, I'm afraid there, friend. No, he's got a golden apple. Okay, it's over. It's over. Oh, no, it's not. There, okay, it's over. We're good. I'm sad I don't get his stuff, but that was pretty satisfying, so. Okay, let's go. Fight this person from behind. Oh, God, yes, this is exactly what I want in life. This is exactly what I want. Okay, no, it's not. No, oh, God. There's a 3rd person up here. Let's eat some cooked cod. Let's get away from there. Oh, okay, so they're on 5 hearts. That means I have to finish them. Or 5 points, I'm not sure. They're dead. Now there's gonna be the 2nd guy up there. I want to get away from him as fast as I can. So that should do it for now. Just kind of chill back here, eat the cooked cod. Maybe some steak would be smarter, and maybe one of these would be smarter yet. But yeah, let's do this. 3 players left. Am I gonna win only my 2nd game back onto this one? Who knows for sure. You know, yeah, I think we got this. I think we got this just fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump at him. I'm just gonna eat the golden apple, and I'm gonna charge him. It's not smart for this 2nd person, but I've got the sharpness 2 sword. I think I'm gonna win this one. Oh no, okay, is that a hacker, or is that just the guy who ran up here to kind of get involved with the competition? I don't care, I'm going in for the fight anyway. I think I got this. Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't got this. They gotta jump down here. Oh, they've done it. No! See, that's fun. I like Sky Wars. So yeah, you know, honestly, I should get back into it. It is fun. Maybe you'll see the next Q&A Saturday with some Sky Wars background gameplay. Or maybe you won't. I don't know how that works. Anyway, the final question comes in from Shamalama Lama Goat. Is there a Minecraft 1.20 update? And the answer to this is, I mean, obviously not yet, but this is actually a really interesting question. I feel like we're gonna have this so many times. After 1.19, the wild update comes out, the next update they're gonna work on is going to be 1.20, right? But maybe not. I think 1.20 is such a confusing name for an update because it's very close to being 1.2. Obviously they had this issue of 1.10, but at least that was something different. Now because of the Bedrock system just adding a 0 to the end, 1.20 does just sound like the 1.2 update for Bedrock. So maybe 1.19 is the last small update they'll release before Minecraft 2.0. Think about it. It's just like, again, it's a casual update. They haven't announced much about it. It could be quite small on the way to having something much bigger afterwards. I mean, if you look at the Nether update, fully rewrote the Nether. Look at the Cave update, fully rewrote Overworld Generation. What could they do for Minecraft 2.0? This is a question I do have, actually. I don't know what the answer is. But yeah, is Minecraft 2.0 happening? I'm not going to make the claim that it is, but it's entirely possible that 1.20 does become Minecraft 2.0. If not, then that means that we'll wait like another 79 updates, 81 updates, and then we'll see Minecraft 1.99, and then they'll have to move to like 1.100, which would be even more confusing. You know, I guess that's possible too. But speaking of things that are possible, the ending of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have, consider liking the video and let me know. My intention is, even though next Saturday is going to be a Christmas, is to get an upload out anyway. I know that Christmas is a great time to be a family for a lot of people, but even before this whole, you know, like not being able to meet with family because of various restrictions around the world, I feel like not everyone has Christmas as that special family time. And so if your thing is hanging out and watching YouTube videos, I want you to not have that be missing just because it's Christmas. And so next, for Christmas, we're going to be doing a Q&A anyway, and that is on top of the worst suggestions of 2021, which is of course going out on Christmas Eve. And so yeah, whether you celebrate Christmas or you don't, hopefully you have a good season this year, or don't. You know, honestly, that's your prerogative. How dare I tell you to have a good Christmas? Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.